Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas, and welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. I almost forgot what I was supposed to say. Things being out of the ordinary for us on the recording side has kinda made me sometimes forget about stuff, but we won't let that bother us. And today we are tackling Cosmo Blazer as well as Astral Pack 1. So welcome to 2013, and as always, let's look at the set and see what we have here. Once again, I'll just try to keep it brief. We do so much yapping in the deck building sections, and I think it's a lot more interesting. More Noble Knight support with Noble Arms Caliburn. Let's just say that I might have some insight that we're probably gonna hear more about that. Go stuff, whatever. Big and Saver is interesting. It's once again one of these ways to negate attacks. There's a once per duel effect. It exists. I don't know if it's good enough. Then we have more shark stuff. Obviously, if you remember from last time, sharks are now an archetype in our series as well, so they are there if you want to go that route. Heraldic Beast is a weird archetype. Orbital 7 is there for photons and galaxies, but unfortunately for now they're still terrible. One could even say garbage. Garbage Lord is a free spell summon of a level 5 with 2k 2k life points for a level 5, so if you want to make some rank 5 plays, you can do that. Then we have the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, probably one of the better archetypes released. Now it's basically just a series of fire monsters that revolve around these continuous spells and traps called fire formations that we'll cover a little bit later. They're probably the one that most people know if they know a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist card, which I'll just refer to Fire Fist going forward to keep things simpler. Hazy Flame is not a super crazy archetype, but this is something that for our close series is something that you can consider to play with. Fire Fist, because it just gives you pretty easy summons of fire monsters, especially Cerberus. It's Cerberus, I just realized, not Cerberus, and Griffin probably being the players. Mermail, another one, basically this is where the fire-water format kind of starts, but Fire Fist being a very powerful fire archetype, Mermails being a really good water archetype. It's a lot of stuff that interacts with the graveyard, and they just have a lot of pretty good combos, consistency. It's just overall very good. We keep getting the elemental lords here as well. Hard Earth Dragon, extremely good card, but pretty hard to bring out. You have to use something like Hard Earth for now to still bring it out. Tiger King is interesting, and unfortunately the negation is only on your turn. I feel like if this was released in 2024, it might be doing your turn. And then something, if you want to run something like Cerberus and Griffin, you can just go for a Basil Choice. And Diamond Dire Wolf, Lightning Chidori, obviously cards that have seen play throughout the years. Not really anymore, I don't think, but still some super splashable. Extra deck monsters, Tenki, one of the it's a Rhoda for Beast Warriors. You know it, I know it, everyone knows what Tenki does, I feel like. We also have the other fire formation cards, but like I said, I was gonna have some insight, so we'll hear about those later. Breakthrough Skill, interesting. We obviously remember Skill Successor, I think was the attack boost spell, where you can use it on your turn, and when you flip it up, and then on a later turn you can also use from the grave. So breakthrough skill, same thing here. You target a face-up, but instead for negation. So you target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls and negates effects until the end of the turn, and then during your turn, it cannot be the graveyard effect cannot be used during your opponent's turn, except the same turn you use this. You can use it again from your grave. Just one card giving you 2 negates, obviously very good, especially for the time. More Hazy Flame stuff, Noble Knight, mid-draw. Probably one of the better Noble Knights for now. Artorigus, King of the Noble Knights, obviously here as well. Funnily enough, like, Artorigus is actually really damn good against Firefist, because obviously, like, just stockpiling a bunch of equips and then being able to use Artorius effect to basically pop all your opponent's fire formations. It's kind of a funny action to rise from. Here we have Crimson Blighter in this set, as well as some Black Wings, and then we have some more Firefist stuff. And then for the Astral Pack, we have Tsukiyomi, Debris Dragon, Photon Trasher, Fire Dog, Genex Undyne, Kagemusha, Insector Centipede, Heretic Dragon of Tifnui, Terraforming, Moria of Greed, Mass Change, Hidden Armor, Gates of the Dark World, Hyena, Dragon Eyes, Cyber Shark, Swift Scarecrow, Ice Edge, Mystical Sand, and then a bunch of just other garbage that doesn't really matter here. Thunder Ruler is interesting for Inkazan, that's really plausible, I don't think. Astral Barrier is weird, but all the spells are kinda whatever. Mist Valley obviously for Mist Valleys, but kind of whatever. But a lot of just like iconic cards. I don't know how relevant most of these are for us though, but still it's a lot of pretty iconic cards. But yeah, that will do it for the set breakdown, and I will see y'all in the deck building section next.
Okay, so Cosmo Blazer. Cosmo Blazer is probably one of my favorite sets of all time. I was just talking about this before I started the recording, but like Cosmo Blazer has it has a special place in my heart as being the one set where I started looking at spoilers for, because I was excited to find out if I'm gonna get more support for the decks that I'm playing. More specifically, Noble Knights. And as some of you astute viewers might know, Noble Knights do in fact get support in this. Some crazy support for Noble Knight standards. Anyway, let's start off with Gaga Clerk. It's in here to give me access to Gardna and Cowboy. Garbage Load, level 5, Dark, self-summoning, only for Dark XYZs. Big deal, big deal. Nothing else. I pay 2,000 life points to special summon from your hand. Goblinberg, to special summon a level 4 or lower monster from my hand when I summon it. Lancelot, you can. This is one of the first. This is from this set, if I remember correctly. I think so. You can send one face-up light normal monster control to the graveyard. No, actually, it's not. It's not. It's from previous support wave. You can send one face-up light normal monster control to the graveyard, and special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. You contribute one Noble Knight monster, including this guy. You contribute himself for this, and add one Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. And you can only use this effect of Ignoble Knight Black Lancelot. You can only control one of these. Okay. Gawain. If you control a light normal monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then here we are. This is the card. Noble Knight Medrot, or Noble Knight Mordred. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field, while equipped with a Noble Arms equip spell card. This card becomes an effect monster with this effect. This card becomes dark, and its level is increased by 1. Once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can special summon one Noble Knight monster from your deck in defense position, except Noble Knight Medrot, and if you do, destroy one equipped spell that you control. That is very, very strong for the era, for Noble Knight specifically. Like, even like for some other decks, just executing your game plan and getting a free summon off to execute your game plan further is pretty good. It's a normal summon, so at the time that wouldn't have been too bad because of the fact that just a single normal summon resulting in an XYZ would have been kind of fine. Especially if it's like an XYZ that is hard to beat over or has protection or something. But I want to draw attention to the fact that it becomes dark and is level 5 when you equip it with Noble Arms. It's the same as Lancelot. Certainly this won't go anywhere, right? Certainly we won't get more support like this, right? Anywho, Orbital 7, I don't even know what it does, but it has a you got a boss counter on it, and it has its support for Photon and Galaxy. And it's here to give me access to Photon Trasher, which is a level 4 Light Warrior monster. Then we have a filler card in Valkyrian Knight. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target face warrior monsters for attacks except Valkyrian Knight. When this card is destroyed by balance into the graveyard, you can banish one warrior monster and discard from your graveyard, and then target one level 5 or higher warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So I can get Lancelot back with that. It's whatever. Artorias. Level 4, normal warrior monster, highest base stat total of all normal level 4 monsters in the game. Goblin Circus, once per turn during your end phase, reveal the bottom card of your deck and then place it on the top of the deck or banish it face down. Mystical Space Typhoons, Erendite. You can only equip one of these. You can only control one of these, equipped to a warrior monster. Once per turn, you can target one set card your opponent controls. The equipped monster loses 500 attack, and if it does, destroy that target. The attack loss is permanent. And then same recovery effect. If it gets destroyed and you control Noble Knight, you can attach it to that. Caliburn. You can only control one Caliburn, equipped only to a warrior monster. It gains 500 attack, and once per turn, you gain you can gain 500 life points. This is a like time card. You play this card to time people out. Even in like modern Noble Knights, you would just play Caliburn to use Caliburn to heal yourself or gain life points to clock your opponent out. But yeah. It's not hard once per turn, so if you use it with something like Medraut, because Medraut destroys the Noble Arm that is equipped to him, you can summon Medraut, equip Medraut, gain 500, activate Medraut, pop the card, equip to the new guy, use Caliburn, gain 500, now you're 9k, and then XYZ them, send to the graveyard, summon Artorias, Artorias attaches Caliburn, and you gained 1.5k life points this turn. It's really cool. It's so degenerate, though. It's so degenerate. We have Galatine. You can only control one of these, equipped to a warrior monster only. It attacks, it gains 1000 attack, loses 200 per standby phase. Recovery effect. XYZ double back. During the turn, a face-up XYZ monster you control is destroyed. If you control no monsters, target one XYZ monster in your graveyard that was destroyed this turn, and one monster in your graveyard will attack less than or equal to that XYZ monsters. Special summon these targets, but they're destroyed during the end phase. That is all. Breakthrough skill. Target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster your opponent controls has its effects negated until the end phase. Until the end of this turn. During your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That target has its effects negated until the end of this turn. Then you have XYZ Reflect. When a spell card, trap card, or monster effect is activated, it targets one face-up XYZ monster on the field, negate the activation. This thing is pretty good with our targets. Switch Scarecrow for stalling the game out. Ultimate Shield in case I somehow banish my XYZ monster. I had a card in here that was specifically intended to like banish Heart Earth when I summon it and then get it back later, and I could use Ultimate Shield for that as well. Hidden Armor, if I really need the equips and I really can tell that I need the equips. We have another Erendite in case I feel like I need to draw multiples, which is unlikely to happen, but this card is pretty strong for control, so we'll see. Thunder Ruler, during your opponent's standby phase, activate this card. There's no battle phase this turn. XYZ Reborn, target one XYZ monster in your graveyard and special summon, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. And then a third copy of XYZ Reflect. And then we get to Artorias. 2 level 4 Noble Knight monsters. When this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 3. Sorry, I'm yawning. You can target up to 3 Noble Arms, equip spell cards with different names in your graveyard. Equip those targets to this card. Once per turn, you can attach one XYZ material from this card and destroy any number of spell trap cards on the field up to the number of Noble Arms equip spell cards you control. So, pop 3, pop 4, pop 5, maybe 5. Unlikely to be 5. 4 is usually like the max, because usually we don't have any way of protecting it otherwise. So it would like, you would filter out multiple equips. You would summon Artorias, you equip 3 to it. Well, not this Artorias, the other Artorias, for example. You equip 3 to it, and then you equip Guinevere to it. And now you have Destiny, Excalibur, and Guinevere, and maybe Caliburn or Galatine, depending on which one. And then you have one card set. And now your opponent has to just, like, deal with this bullshit. Good luck. This is the first XYZ monster that we're gonna get for Noble Knights. We're gonna get 2 more XYZ monsters, if I remember correctly, and we're gonna get a Link monster and a few more synchro monsters and a few more one more Link monster after that. But yeah, got Cowboy, Shockmaster, Utopia, Heart, Earth, number 53. You need 3 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, when discard this target for an attack, it gains attack equal to that attacking monster's original attack until the end phase. If this face-up card on the field will be destroyed, you can attach 1 XYZ material for this card. When this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, while it has no XYZ materials, you can special summon 1 Heart Earth Dragon from your extra deck, and then attach this card from the graveyard to it as an XYZ material. Heart Earth Dragon cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would take involving this card. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Banish all cards your opponent control. All cards your opponent currently controls that were normal special summoned or were set this turn. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard while it has XYZ material, you can special summon this card. If summoned this way, it gains 1000 attack for each currently banished card. Yeah. Anyway, this card can be kind of menacing. Like, there's a few ways that this can be pretty strong, and I'm kind of keen on if we end up getting this to work, but it's unlikely. Then we have Utopia Ray and a level 5 Leo Arms. The reason why we have 2 rank 5s is because of Medrod and Lancelot and Garbage Lord. Leo Arms has the effect that once per turn you can detach 1, add an ZV monster from your deck to your hand, then you can target 1 Utopia monster control, equate to that card, and it gains 3,000 attack. And during your battle phase, if the equipped monster attack this turn, you can send this card to the graveyard, and it can make a second attack during that turn. Anywho, I am fairly excited to see how this game plays out. I'm really excited to see if we end up getting to Heart Earth Dragon, because this is a really jank belt with not much going on except this one funny line. And beyond that, it's like, I make Artorigus, I make Shockmaster, I make Utopia. Have fun. But yeah, anyhow, good luck with the games.
And guys and gals, welcome back. I love when I say that I'll keep it brief and then talk for 6 minutes. At some point, I'll just, cut off this or breakdowns completely to save everyone's time. But here's what we're playing in Cosmo Blazer anyway. We are playing Fire Fist with a couple Hazy Flames there to give us some extra deck plays. So let's go through the set deck and talk about the cards here. So right off the bat, we have Bear. Once per turn, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can set a Fire Formation spell from your deck. And then once per turn, you can send a Phase of Fire Formation spell trap to the grave to pop a monster on the field. Basically, if we I think I said it already in the sub breakdown. It's been like 5 minutes and I already forgot. But I mentioned how Artorigus is actually really, really good against Fire Fist. And Jeexx has been praising Noble Knights for such a long time that I was like, okay, they now get actually some proper cards, so I have to be afraid of them. So, while Bear, obviously the pop being already really good, it's especially good here when we actually need to have a way to deal with Artorigus, or we will never be able to have our Fire Formations up. Then we have Gorilla. Probably the next best thing I would like to say. Once per turn, when it destroys an opponent's monster by balance into grave, you can once again send a Fire Formation spell from your deck. And then once per turn, you can send a Fire Formation spell trap to the grave to pop a spell trap. Same thing as Bear needs to destroy instead of inflicting battle damage, and pop spell traps instead of monsters. Still very good. Then we have Dragon. Once per turn, if you activate a Fire Formation during your turn, you can then set a Fire Formation trap directly from your deck, and then once per turn you can send 2 special traps, Fire Formation. But I will stop mentioning the Fire Formation here because all of them have the condition to special summon a Fire Fist from your grave, except a Dragon. But most likely we would want to get maybe a Bear or a weird extra deck monster back on the field. Dragon is just, it's nice to have a really consistent way of getting the traps out, and also having access to some recursion is also nice as well. Then we have 2 Hawk. We do have a third one in this side though. where if this card and its owner's possession is destroyed by your opponent's card, you can set a fire formation spell directly from your deck, and then sorry, I had a brain aneurysm there. While you control a fire formation back row, all Fireface monsters you control gain a pretty significant boost of 500 attack and defense, which also makes Hawk a 2k wall, which, well, obviously in the era of extra deck monsters and things just being bigger in general, it's not insane, but it's still pretty beefy and nice. Speaking of beefy stuff, we have Raven. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can set a fire formation spell directly from your deck, and then the fire formation spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Protects us from stuff like Artoigus, but also just MSD. It's just nice, especially like this up with something like Hawk, it becomes absolutely massive, and even before that, like 1800 is actually pretty decent. And it being a level 3 and having this condition means that if we synchro something like Horse Prince with the following card that we'll talk about, then we'll get to also set a spell. It's just, Raven does a lot for the deck. Then, speaking of which, we have a Spirit, which can be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of Beast Warrior monster. We only have one, it doesn't matter. And when normal summoned, you can target a level 3 fire monster with 200 less defense in your grave, spell summon it, and then this turn, you can only attack with Beast Warrior monsters. Which is funny because if you look at the stats line here, the only thing that has 200 attack from our level 3s is another Spirit. So yeah, this card is very bad. It's basically reason why we are playing it is we can use Spirit and Raven to make a synchro because Raven is pretty big. Maybe Jeexx doesn't flips it up and doesn't want to beat over it with something, and we can normal summon a Spirit and go that route. Maybe that's something that we can do, but more likely it's just we can use a Spirit, we can use another Spirit, and then that's actually going to be our most consistent way of making Light Emperor, which we'll talk about later. But then let's talk about the Hazy Flame package. We have a single spell trap and then 6 monsters. We have 3 Cerberus, which you can normal summon without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1000, and then your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, which is the thing with all Hazy Flame monsters. And then when destroyed and sent to graveyard, you can add a Hazy card from your deck to your hand. And then Griffin, if your opponent controls a monster, all the monsters on your side of the field and in your grave are fire, which we have literally nothing but fire monsters except for Direwolf. You can special summon Griffin from your hand. So this is just a really easy way of getting a level 6 on the field where we normal summon Cerberus, spell summon Griffin, and then we can make Basil Trees. And since I talked about the Hazy Flames, let me mention the only Hazy Flame back row we're playing. We have a single Hazy Glory, where you can normal summon Hazy Flame monster for 1 less tribute, which isn't really what we care about. You can send the special card from the field to the graveyard, target a Hazy card in your graveyard, except Hazy Glory, add it to your hand. This is what we're basically using for. It's like the thing about Basil Trees, which we'll talk about later, is it's one of our best ways of actually dealing with Artoigus. And once again, I'm terrified of Artoigus. This is why all these cards are in here. So this is just a really easy way of getting rid of that with Basil Trees, and Hazy Glory is just a way to, if we maybe need to stall by summoning one of these early, we can then use something like Hazy Glory to get that thing back. Then for our fire formations though, we have 3 MST here as well, but let's talk about the fire formations. Now, we have 3 tanky, obviously, it's a Rhoda for Beast Warriors, also gives them 100 attack, it doesn't matter, we use this to get something, we use it as funnel to pop with Bear or Gorilla, it's just really good. 3 Tensu, during your main phase, you get an additional normal summon of a Beast Warrior monster, and you can only gain this effect once per turn, so even if you have 3 Tensu, we only get 1 additional normal summon. Also gives the extra attack boost. Obviously, we'd rather get rid of Tanky, because once on the field, it doesn't do much afterwards. But Tensu can obviously happen once per turn, but still just a way for us to swarm more, a way for us to make extra deck plays better. It's just really good. Then we have Tencent add 3 copies. When activated, you target a Beast Warrior monster you control to give it 700 attack until the end of the turn. And then all Beast type warriors, Beast Warrior types monsters just get 300 on the field. It's just nice attack boost. We actually, like, our stuff is actually decently big already, and something like Gorilla and Bear will have really easy time using their effects with a 10 on the field, because they just become absolutely massive, which is obviously very neat. And then, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, but we do have an additional Hazy Glory in this site. I don't feel like we'll ever go into that. I just had one more slot that I didn't really know what to fill, so we just threw that in there. And then finally, for our fire formation, we also have a Tenkan, 2 more in the side. This can only be activated during a main one, and then when it's activated, you target one Beast Warrior type. I need to stop. Beast Warrior type monster you control, and its effects are negated, and it also becomes unaffected by the effects of cards other than Tenkan. So it basically, like, if you need to push, if you're afraid of your opponent's back row or other stuff, you can just use Tenkan to basically have a dumb beat stick, do dumb beat stick stuff. We do additionally have a ultimate fire formation Sato in our side, which I guess I'll talk about here, where you banish 7 fire formation spell traps from your grave to spell summon as many fire fist monsters as possible from your grave, and set a number of fire formations from your deck up to a number of monsters spell summoned by this effect. It's a really big payoff, but it's the games need to be really slow for this to do something, so I feel like it just not the greatest, but it's there if we are feeling desperate. And then to cap off what we have in our main deck, we also are playing 3 Breakthrough skill, which is just you get to negate one of your opponent's face-up monsters on the field for the turn, and then later on you get to do this from your grave as well, doing your turn only though. Still extremely good. As for the side, we have 3 Flammable Fire Dogs there, just so we can get spirits on the field. It's just a dumb beat stick. Probably not gonna side into this. It's just, you know, I mean, it kind of fits, so I'll just throw it in there. It can also summon no Griffin, Cerberus, which is interesting, but we just have it there for the sake of it. My side is kind of all over the place apart from a couple of cards. Pyrax, since we are playing mostly fires, but obviously like the Ring of Destruction effect isn't the greatest. Pyrax is probably one of the worst elemental lords, and they already aren't the greatest. We have 2 Snake here as well, where once per turn if a fire formation spell trap is sent to your graveyard, you can set a fire formation trap from your deck. And the once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can send two fire formation spell traps to the grave to draw 1. Snake is just, it's awkward, but it's there if we kind of want more consistency. I don't see a world where we side into this, but it exists. 2 Kick Fire. Once when a face of fire monster you control is destroyed by specifically a card effect, you place a counter on this card for a destroy fire monster during either player's standby phase. You can send this card to the graveyard to burn your opponent for 1,000 for each. It's not good. It's very bad. It's basically there if something like Artorigus is giving us so much trouble and we need to go desperate mode. I was like, sure, throw it in there. Like I said, like I don't know if there's anything in my site that I actually would side into other than having the 3rd copy of Hawk there if we want it. But for the most part, my side is just kind of whatever. And I think we've talked about, we talked about everything else. So then we just have 2 Astral Virus here where we can make our opponent's attack on a monster a direct attack instead. So this is a really convoluted and weird way of protecting some of our monsters. We can use this to protect something like Raven to make a synchro play with Spirit next turn. Then to the extra deck though, this I think like where a lot of the exciting stuff here is. First we have Horse Prince, which is what we'll be making with a Raven and Spirit, if at all. And on Synchro Summon, you can spell summon a level 3 fire monster from your deck. And after you Synchro Summon this card, you cannot spell summon level 5 higher monster from for the rest of the turn. It's basically, they're like, hey, by the way, don't use this for any more Synchro plays. But it's basically like it gets us stuff out directly onto the battlefield from our deck. And then we'll have a big dumb beat stick afterwards. Lineber, which the more likely thing that we'll make with Spirits, since just 2 Spirits, 1 Spirit can summon the other, then we can make Lion Emperor. Once per day, you can detach a material from this card and target a fire monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, but you cannot normal special summon anything with its name for the turn. It's a way for us to just get a dumb beat stick with Spirits. We can get something like Bear or Gorilla back, which is nice. Lion Emperor, I just talked about Lion Emperor. Tiger King takes to level 4 Beast Warrior monster, so at rank 4. On exit summon, you can set a fire monster spell trap directly from your deck, and the Whisper then you can detach one to negate the effects of all face-up effect monsters on the field except for Beast Warriors until the end of your opponent's turn. So obviously you need to use this on your turn, but then it persists on your opponent's turn as well, which is obviously really good. It just, if you could do this as a quick effect, it would be obviously insane, but it's still very good. And then when this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can send 3 fire formations you control to the grave to spell summon 2 level 4s back from your deck. Oh yeah, and they specifically need to have same attack, which basically just means summon 2 of the same thing. It's Tiger King is definitely like the highlight of the extra deck. It's all of them have 2200 attack, so not really huge, but it has some recursion if you have a lot of fire formations set, but also like being able to have mass negation is obviously insane. Then we have Diamond Direwolf, the only non-fire that we are playing. 2 level 4s, generic, and Whisper you can detach 1 to target a beast, beast warrior, winged beast you control, and 1 other card in the field to pop them. Being a generic pop, they always just obviously pop Diamond Direwolf itself, and then a card your opponent controls. We can also use it on other stuff as well, but it's just nice to have a target removal ready to go if we need it. And then finally, Basil Trees, or Basil Tries, I'm calling Basil Trees, that we can make with Cerberus and Griffin, or even use Horse Prince with if we only have one of the Hazy Flames, where it takes 2 or more, max 5, level 6 fire monsters, and then it gains effects based on that. So once per turn, you can do this 1 to banish 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard on that they control. And then that is what we actually care about. That is the reason. It's non-destruction removal that we have access to ways to get rid of our targets that way. That is what we care about here. So none of these should ever come up, but I'll just read them out anyway. If it has 3 or more material, it gains 200 for attack and defense for each material. 4 or more cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effect. And then 5 cannot be destroyed by card effects. And I don't know what that status reply is, but that's a pretty funny thing to end it all off. So yeah, that is what we're going to be playing, and hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns, and I will see y'all in the dueling zone next. What is up, ladies and lads? Welcome back to Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey once again. It's been a week for y'all, if everything goes correctly, but only been, well, like an hour. A little bit more than an hour for us, but with all that being said though, welcome to Cosmo Blazer, as well as the dawn of the Astral Packs, which Astral Pack 1 pretty unassuming, and there's not really much there. They basically, it really felt like they just slapped like one of each relevant archetype, and less relevant because Flame of the Fire Dog is there from the past like 5 years there. Call it a day. Or what do you think, Jeexx?
I think that is bullshit.
Well, damn.
As it's blazing.
All right. Well, let's just get into it. It didn't
Come on, that was good.
occur to me. I was like, where are you going with this? Okay, I'll give it. To those
winning,
those like me, it's smell of the game, Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah. We're gonna smell the game in cosmic proportions. Anyway, I'm gonna start this game off with something that I have done a billion times. I am going to normal summon Noble Knight Mordred, who has the effect of he is a normal monster while face up on the field. But when I equip him with a Noble Arm equip spell, such as Caliburn, he becomes a
level 5,
dark level 5. I will now activate the effect of Caliburn. I will gain 500.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to activate the effect of Mordred in case you don't have anything to respond with.
Yeah, you can summon it. I will not ash it. You can summon from your deck.
Yeah. Thank you. Then I pop Caliburn and I reattach Caliburn using its effect that has the effect of when it gets destroyed, I can equip it to a Noble Knight monster on the field. I will equip it to Mordred, and I will activate its effect again. Now you might be wondering, but Jeexx, why do you only have? Why did you summon Ignoble Knight Lancelot? What the fuck? But the answer is this:
Because it's
I will
2 level
pay 2,000
5s.
life points to special summon from
The
my hand.
tricky. No, it's garbage
Garbage
lord. Yeah,
lord.
garbage lord.
And I will overlay these 3 to summon number 53, Heart Earth.
Not even a noble knights card.
Dude, that was so unlikely to happen that I had to go for it. Come on, man. But anyway, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm. For
Mm-hmm.
against an attack, yeah, it's always 100 bigger, and then it detaches, and then when destroyed by card effect, well, now you get the dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. Our last dragon is
it's poo
pretty
poo.
good. But
It's
this
this thing
card is,
sucks.
yeah, I mean, it's a really weird way of getting to that, but you know.
Yeah. Like you're actually supposed to use, I think it's Dimension Gate. You're supposed to banish Heart Earth and then get it on the field with Dimension Gate, and your opponent has to decide if they want to swing into it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I think in the anime it's actually like from any kind of destruction, but I think in this one it's. Let me double check actually, because I'm pretty sure in the anime this thing is actually broken.
Interesting. Oh yeah, it's
It's
not
got
even,
like
yeah, because it's even like when target for an attack, you can't even use it when you're
yeah.
attacking, so it's, yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
effect is when
not
this card is
great.
targeted for an attack, well, it has no XYZ materials. You can XYZ summon one number 92 or Heart Earth Dragon from your extra deck. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Dude,
Oh
this
yeah, it
thing has so much.
specifically has to be destroyed by a card effect. I just now realized it's
Yeah,
not. Oh,
so I need to pop it using something when it has 0 materials. So I need to get it back on the field using something, and then I need to pop it. Because it doesn't have to be an XYZ summon version of it.
what an incredible card. Anyways, I'm just gonna sit to and pass.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna normal summon Gaga Clerk, and I'm gonna activate. Actually, no, never mind. I can't even do that. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That is actually funny. I am griefing myself super hard by summoning this thing, by the way. Like, I'm not even kidding. This thing, like, this is what I wanted to make, but
You
this
had
thing
a
is just
line to
griefing
go
myself.
into the one and
Yeah,
only. Ah,
this was the one and only card that I
you
could
could
put
have
in that I could get big
made a
payoff for.
noble knight
Bro,
card.
that's okay. I'm gonna tell you something scary. I could have probably gone for Shockmaster.
Probably.
But
Instead,
again,
you
I wanted to
make
make this.
Hard Earth.
We ain't ever summoning this ever again.
You're not
Okay.
wrong with that, and there's probably a pretty good reason for it. Is all I'm gonna say. Uh, I mean, I have things I can do here. I'm just thinking, like, what do I actually want to do here?
I could say the same.
Mm,
I need to actually check what my deck has in it right now. Because I think it does have something to remove cards. Oh, yeah. This thing. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's pretty safe bet to just start off with an activation of Tanky, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good start. So we'll grab a little 4 lower beast warrior to our hand, and I guess it's kinda whatever. I might as well get.
Oh, yeah, now I remember why I don't have these in here. Bro, I ran into the issue of I didn't have enough space in my deck. So I had to shift
Not a
things
problem.
around to my side deck to have enough like cards in the main deck that are from the set and
Oh yeah,
archetypal support.
I've had that happen sometimes where it's like, all right, I'm basically scrounging to get the clean 2020 happen, and that's why sometimes I have to go like 44 cards or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I didn't want to end up in a situation where I don't ever draw into my good cards. So I think I just removed my upstarts and I shuffle around some cards into my side deck and put the side deck cards into my main deck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any Astral Pack cards in this, by the way. I just realized. Maybe this is an outdated version of the deck. Let's see.
I didn't have basically any in my side either, so don't worry. The astral pack was just kind of full of garbage, so that's probably why you didn't have any. Uh, anyways, I guess we'll flip up this Raven. A normal summon spirit,
Oh my god.
and we're actually going to make tuning these a level 6, which is Horse Prince.
Yes.
And then on the spell summon, we get to special a level 3 specifically.
Let's go,
which is why
Bear!
it's not great. Bear is a level 4.
Llama.
Bear and Gorilla are both level 4s, which is what makes
That's
this
sad.
not great. I guess I'll grab. God, all of these are so terrible. I guess I'll grab a hawk. Do I want to summon it? It's so small. Even with, yeah.
I'm not attacking into anything.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but it's also, whatever. Anyways, I really, I really do appreciate you going for this god awful dog shit card. But
Yeah.
what if I flipped a breakthrough skill?
No!
I guess
Come on, man. Come on.
Garbage in a set with breakthrough skill. You're actually insane. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's go battle phase. Swing over this. You take 2,700.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, because it has defense against itself. Like, it has the ability to prevent itself from being destroyed by detaching material, and that's the scary thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if
bad.
breakthrough skill wasn't in this, like they would actually be annoying to get rid of. But because breakthrough skill is in this, it's like, okay, this card is dog shit.
It's the best.
But I do appreciate you going for it. I mean, I had my, what was the dog shit elemental lord? You had whatever this garbage is, which is somehow like double worse in a set where it literally like can't live. I respect it.
Base.
Breakthrough skill is only on my turn, right? Yeah, at least it's
you can activate
that
your
way.
the second
It would be insane if you could use this to negate something on your opponent's turn and immediately then use it on your opponent's turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100 bigger. No, my Milge. The one time where I'm like, what if Tenki gave me 100 attack and defense and it would actually matter?
Oh, that would be nuts.
Insane.
You wanna set one?
I think I do.
Tenki.
I could just grab another Tenki, but I actually think, because I don't know what you're doing here, I think I might want to do something else here. Yeah, honestly, I might. Do I want to go for this? I'm basically between two things. All these are turned off for the turn, but I think I will set a Tensen.
Spell card, by the way.
Is it a specific spell?
Fire formation spell card directly from your deck.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well that makes my decision making easier. Then I will get a Tensu.
Ah, yes. Main phase 2.
Yep.
I equip Alpha Diter or Iron Die to Thrasher. and I activate the effect of it, destroying your Tensu.
Mm-hmm.
And now this thing has 1.6 thousand attack. And I end my turn.
All right.
Yep.
Draw. Stand by main. Wait. That's kind of funny. 1.6 thousand, you said.
Yes, it loses 500 attack when I use Offer Diver's effect.
Yeah.
Aaron Dight's effect.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess let's go for it and see what we can do here. I mean, sure. Let's flip up Tenken. And I would like to make my Horse Prince immune to other effects for the turn.
Okay.
And then I would like to normal summon Gorilla.
Yep.
Is this okay?
Yep.
And then, actually, wait, why would I do this? I'm kind of dumb. It's whatever. Then I would like to attempt to swing over this thing for 400.
Yep.
And then I will set.
Wait. Oh, that gives it. Okay. I was wondering which of them gave another 300. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Tenken. I guess it's kind of whatever here.
I can't believe my content play was punished. How is this possible?
That's unfortunately how it goes. Well, you know, we'll just get tanky, because why would we not?
Yeah.
Then we'll go direct for 26, right? Yeah, 26. Then we'll go main 2, and yeah, one card, honestly, might as well. I'll use Gorilla's effect to pop this.
Yeah.
And then you can negate the thing. And we'll just use Tanky here.
Yeah.
And we'll grab probably just Boar, right? This could actually be fine too. Now, whatever. We'll actually grab another Gorilla, I think. And that'll do it for me. Good luck.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna normal summon.
Mordred.
My
Alright, yeah. I mean, I don't think.
Time to actually make my deck.
Time to make your deck actually functional. Because now we're gonna get these things. But yeah, I'll pause the recording for a little bit. We'll be right back with you after these messages. Alright, and yeah, I got basically no changes that I want to do here, so we're good.
Only I had the one card that actually makes this thing function. Crying emoji.
Best of luck, gamer.
I summon Mordred. I activate Caliburn. I increase my life points by 500. I use the effect of Mordred to special summon from my deck a level noble knight monster in defense position, and I will summon Artorigus.
There you go.
Noble Knight of Artorias. I will pop and re-equip Caliburn. I gain 500. I will now overlay to create the XC network to special summon or XYZ summon or XC summon, whichever the fuck you prefer. I will summon Artorias. Gain the
Yay,
Noble
we actually
Knights.
made the Noble Knights card.
Yay!
Yay, and
Wee!
there's one of them in your
Yahoo! And
graveyard,
then
so we get
I
one of those. Yay.
re-equip Caliburn using Artorias
And
effect and
more
gain
life
another.
points.
And then I set 2 back row and I pass.
Oh, dude, this hand is piss. Okay, now it would be funny though.
I went -4.
All
But hey, my
right.
life points though.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
My
lot of
life points.
This thing is huge.
2.5k, baby.
So this pops, spell traps equal to the quips. I guess then.
This is legitimately kind of a good matchup.
Yep, because
I mean,
obviously
going
being
second
able
is
to
better
pop.
for it overall. Later on, when you actually have the ability to set up your graveyard as well with noble arms, it's really good.
I mean, it's kind of redundant, but yeah. I'm just gonna set and call it a day.
Okay, stand by main. I activate the effect of King Artorias to detach Mordred and destroy this spell trap.
I'll chain it and pop. I guess this one.
No, my XYZ reflect.
No, his Milge.
No, my Melnish. Then I will myself 500 more life points and I will attack into this guy. Does this have any effect? No.
Nope.
Okay.
It just
We'll set
exists.
another card and pass.
It is just something that exists. Does it matter? I don't think it really does.
Dude, I kind of forgot that King doesn't have the float effect as well. Because say you could Knight of King Artorias or something like that. Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias, that's one. It has the effect of when it leaves the field, I think, you get to special summon from your graveyard level 4 or lower Noble Knight.
Yeah.
Might be even a Noble Knight in general other than Sacred Knight.
This is so awkward. It's. I mean. Honestly, sure, fuck it, we ball. I guess I'll normal summon for my hand a spirit.
Yeah.
I will use spirit to get the only legal target, which is another spirit.
Wait.
Yeah?
I'll break through skill the first bird.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then I'll actually, yeah, then this doesn't even matter. Yeah, I don't think none of this matters. Yeah, I'll just pass.
Okay. I stand by main. I gain 500. And I swing over this thing for 2k.
Yep.
Yeah, I set one card, I pass.
Pass.
I gain 500. And I swing for 2.5k.
Bro, this matchup is miserable, actually.
Pass.
When you're not making the worst card in the world.
It was a good card, okay? It was a good plan. If breakthrough skill wasn't in the set. Man.
I mean, I'll have to get. I hate this. Good luck.
We have. I'll activate Galatine, and I'll activate Galatine.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to declare the effect of Artorias to destroy all three of your back row.
Yep.
Yep. And I gain 500. Then
Yep.
swing over this with 4.5k. Yeah. And then.
Are any of these gonna do anything? Is the problem? Is it my best? I think it's probably my best bet. I'll set Tensu.
I gain 500 already this turn, right? Doesn't matter.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, I did. I lose 400 attack on each of my standby phases going forward.
Yeah, with the Gallatin.
Yep.
I don't think that's gonna matter, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll still be lethal for next turn if you don't have anything for this.
Alright, let's normal dragon.
Yes.
Activate Tensu.
Yes.
We'll get to set a trap, right? Yeah, this sets me a Tencent. Then the additional normal is gonna be bear.
Yep.
And then bear effect. Attempt to pop Arturgus.
Reflect. Video game. There we go.
Yep. And
Mobs.
I don't think anything else matters because I can do.
Oh, bear dies.
Yeah, I take 800.
Negates, destroys, and you take 100. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, this doesn't matter at all, bro. Okay, yeah, this matchup, if you don't troll, is actually unplayable. I literally can't do anything against Artorias with this, which is kind of unfortunate. Honestly,
They laughed at
me. At this point, sure, man. Let's go for this.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst. We can work with this. Alright, let's start with a normal of dragon. Let's follow that up with an activation of Tensu. We're gonna use the effect of dragon and we're gonna set Tensan. Then we're gonna use the extra normal to get gorilla. Then we're gonna overlay these two for a Tiger King. And then I'm gonna set one and I will pass. Actually, wait, I get the XZs set, so I guess I'll set the obvious, which is tanky, and then I'll fire off the tanky and I'll add board to my hand, and then that'll be. Actually, why didn't I just add it there? And then that is all I'm gonna do. Tiger King is actually a really good one, which is actually the one card that can do something for me in this matchup. This really is like whoever goes first, if they get their like the extra deck card, it becomes kind of miserable. Huh.
Thinking. I kinda don't trust that you don't have breakthrough skills. I'm gonna summon Trasher. I'm gonna normal summon Mordred.
Yep.
And then I'm going to activate Aphrodite on Thrasher. And I would like to activate the effect of Aphrodite popping this.
Sure. I will.
This 500.
Yeah, this is. Hello, this is 500. This gets. You get that. It gets the attack boost.
Oh, sorry, no, that one. This one's. I know what this one is. Why would I do it for that? No, that. Yeah, true. It's the formation tensai something or other. I would like to pop the MST. Yeah, that's fine, because I get this back anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, that's even. But that grieves me, doesn't it? Does it? Hold up. I'm gonna activate the effect of Aphrodite again, targeting the Tensai.
I'll give 700 to Tiger King.
Yeah, and then I would like to special summon by paying 2,000 life points.
How did Aphrodite, by the way, get? Oh yeah,
it comes back on with its own effect.
Wait, but how did it get destroyed by an effect?
Oh, I thought you popped it because you.
Oh no, it was I just revealed it, but because you just get it back, so obviously I don't want to pop it because it literally would just.
That's why I was confused. Like, okay, I guess, yeah. Then this doesn't get popped.
Yeah, okay.
This doesn't happen. Then this is fine. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I was just very confused. I was like, wait, did I miss something with more?
Because you flipped it face up. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I guess I'll get it back.
I guess since everything that literally have on this game, I've always like every time I just flip everything in response. So, but yeah.
I'd like to do this, and then I would like to pop 2 spell traps you control by detaching 1, and I would like to pop this and this.
Yep.
And it is now exactly 3k, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That is unfortunate. I will simply set 1 and pass.
I wish Tiger King's negation was both turns. That's
that is unfortunate.
I mean, you know what I added, so I probably know what your back row is. I mean, might as well try it, I guess. We'll normal summon Bear, and we'll attempt to pop Targus. Yeah.
Reflect.
I take 800.
Wait, how did you normal twice?
Oh, sorry. This is not meant to be set. This is meant to be like this.
Oh. Okay. If you can control on the ones you control. Oh,
yeah, sorry. I accidentally said it. I'm probably just lost. Bro, this is actually unplayable as a matchup. If Tiger King was both turns, then if I went first, then I could at least prevent this. But, I mean, this deck just can't deal with Artorigus, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, there is kind of the thing... Wait, actually, wait. Let me double check. Oh, never mind. I can just swing over this.
In my hand. Honestly, I guess fuck it. I'll just keep this in my hand.
Yeah, I'll just swing over.
Yeah.
Doesn't
how big is
have
this?
anything.
3k, right?
2.5.
2.5. Oh yeah, because
Caliburn
this
is just
loses 500 and that's yes, yeah.
Oh no! I didn't activate its effect on Artorias yet. Caliburn is just 500 boost and has 2k base. So.
Oh wait, yeah, I thought all of them gave something, but yeah, that doesn't
No.
give it anything. So then I'm taking 300, but I don't have anything to set for
Honestly,
Tiger King, so
if they gave something like if Artorias himself gained effects or boosts based off the number of equips on it, the original Noble Knights would have been kind of good.
yeah. I mean, this matchup is still like because Fire Fist were really good, uh, for the time. So
Arguably, this is the hardest counter, like outside of.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
no,
by far, I
this is
literally
like the
cannot
hardest
play this
counter this time.
matchup.
Yeah, yeah, this is very difficult to navigate at all because anything you set, I will pop,
Yeah, and
and if you don't set cards, it's just completely fucked for you. I
the
remember playing
problem,
against a few
like,
Fire
if Noble
Fists.
Arms needed another Noble Knight to equip them to, then I feel like it would be fair, but because I can't even deal with the back row, it just immediately re-equip
Yeah,
itself, which is what
it's
makes
really
this.
frustrating.
Yeah, it's. This is probably the least fun episode thus far I've actually played,
No.
because it's literally just a matchup I literally cannot play. I know I have one thing here
Uh,
that I literally put in here to help with this situation, maybe, but it's so like it's so
2.5.
unlikely to happen. So
That's honestly kind of sad. I didn't even consider the fact that this is gonna go the way that it is going. Yeah, it's back to the school.
yeah.
Uh, base. Wait, I'm gonna equip this on Gawain.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna swing over this. Okay, I was worried that it was gonna be the one that gains 500 because it would have been
Yeah.
big enough to wall it. Oh, I should have. Wait, you want to get this over with? I can just pop this and we can finish it this turn. Because I can use Aphrodite to pop it and just finger game.
Sure, that would have mattered. Literally the only thing that
Man.
I can literally do in this matchup, which is why I put Hazy's in here, is so I can summon this with this and then make this thing so it can banish Artorigus, because it's literally the only way I can do anything in this matchup.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a fucking joke of a card, but if you had a way of getting into Hearth Earth, my deck has really no way outside of Breakthrough Skill.
Yeah, I mean, most
Yeah.
decks here don't have outside of Breakthrough Skill, but the fact that Breakthrough
Yeah.
Skill is there and you're literally going -3 to die to Breakthrough Skill, which then your opponent will have another activation of it, or like it's
Yeah.
not feasible. And like I think like Basalt Trice, I think, is a more realistic way of dealing with it, because like Cerberus and Griffin are fine cards in this deck actually, and like just making them being able to banish Artorigus, and then you'll have another banish with a 2500 Peter is actually pretty decent, because the one downside of Artorigus is like how like resource hungry it is, and you kind of want to at least have a couple equips, and when you commit those and then you lose, it's like, okay, if you don't have
Yeah.
another Noble Knight, which oftentimes you won't, then it's actually pretty decent. But it's the fact that the only thing that I can do in the matchup is tied to a thing that needs to level 6. It's pretty rough. The another thing why I was also playing the what's his face, the this fucking thing, spirit, to actually make the synchro, was because the synchro is level 6, and that means that I can use it and a hazy flame to make something. But the problem with Horse Prince is that you cannot special level 5 or higher for the rest of the turn, so you first need to get the hazy out and then go Horse Prince. But it's basically just at that point, it's like, okay, the Griffin, not Griffin, since it only cares about that all of your stuff is fire, which is all I'm playing, except for Direwolf, which is like a nuclear option anyway. It's always going to be online, so I can pretty easily, okay, make this, and then with my normal summon, I make the Horse Prince, and then I can use Horse Prince and Griffin to go into Basil Trees. I think,
Yeah.
like, Hazel Flames were pretty cool with this, but just the matchup is just unfortunate because literally, once Artorias hits the field, there's one thing that I can do, and while I'm trying to find it, I literally can't use the mechanic that my archetype revolves around, which is setting stuff.
Yeah,
So
you either have to always go 1-for-1 pretty much, or well, in the case of Tenki, I probably won't even pop that because it's completely irrelevant for me, which
yeah,
is kind of a boon for you. But at the same time, I would even activate the Tenki blindly, like if you have Bear or something instead. I mean, I guess if you had a Tenki, you can just pop it immediately into Bear, and that's kind of fine. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, that's fine
There
if I have it
is
already,
that at
but
least.
it's another two specific cards that I need, and it's
Yeah,
I had a couple ways of it's like, okay, if you have two specific cards, you can deal with this thing, but two specific cards is not too feasible. If Tiger King just
yeah,
was like, if it could negate, I get it. I guess for the time, like it would be too crazy if it was both sides you can
100%.
negate, but it just
I don't think spell books like when Fire Fist came out, they were kind of overshadowed by spell books, right?
mm-hmm.
And to a degree by Mermail, but I don't think the format would have been like maybe it wouldn't that been that drastic, but I feel like the ability to instantly negate every single monster effect on your opponent's side of the field
Yeah, for
is
2013,
big
it's
enough.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, that would have totally swung it in Firefist's favor, at least when Waterfire happened.
Yeah, it's just, like this. It just, I mean, in this matchup, it doesn't do anything because all the effects basically come from the, like if it negated, if it during your turn it negates your opponent's face up cards, like that already would be really good. But
That
only
would
on
be
your turn, not in spell speed 2, and only affecting monsters means it's eh.
it's a little too like it's not too bad, like it's not too
It's still,
slow.
yeah,
It's just
it's still a fine
for
card.
this
It
matchup
just in this
specifically.
matchup, it just, I mean, it's just a shitty matchup. That's the only way you can spin it.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah. I mean, I think it- on a positive note, I guess, Noble Knights in this set did not have things that would have made this completely unplayable.
yeah. I mean,
Because
it was
like this
just
is
if you
currently
get
still
to
playable.
Artorigas, then I'm kind of boned.
Yeah, but after like the Noble Knight deck set releases and you get access to boars, which you can set up your graveyard with things like Guinevere and Excalibur, and
Mm-hmm.
even further than that, like even closer than that, Destiny, because Destiny comes out in the next set, I think. Like Destiny prevents destruction once per turn. Caliburn prevents targeting, like as a whole, and Guinevere can't be destroyed instead of having the monster be destroyed. So
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that is just really, really rough to deal with for like Fire Fist in this
Instead
case.
of the matchup being 9-10, it's now 100-0.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So
making
yeah,
me
that's
feel
a silver
better.
lining in a way. That's a silver lining. At least this was a 9-1 instead of a 10-0.
What a great and fun episode full of glee. Anyways,
Considering how the previous episode went, that this is kind of a bummer.
yeah, it is what it is. But for next week, we have the grand finale for Dual Terminal, which is pretty exciting. So at least something to look forward to. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And oh yeah, when I said fuck it when I was signing, because I was like, I have nothing here. The two cards that I cited into from Astral Pack 1 for were to Kickfire. It's like it's
What
never
the
gonna happen,
fuck?
but hey, if I get to be like, hey, fuck you, take 1,000 damage, it would have been fun.
Oh, it has to be a face
Yeah,
on there.
and also
Oh,
it's
that's
only by
unfortunate.
card effect.
Yeah, because
It's
if it was a fire monster in general, Aphrodite could have been something like because Aphrodite is a really strong control tool even at this point.
mm,
Like I if you T pass like T post pass, if I can assume you're not, like, if you don't have breakthrough skill, I just go Mordred, I activate Aphrodite, and I pop both of them. Like, I pop one first, and then I summon whatever Noble Knight, equip it to that, and then use Aphrodite again, and pop 2 cards for the cost of basically nothing. Then I XYZ summon Artorigus. Like, that's something that, when I realized it originally, like 10 years ago, it felt really strong.
Yeah.
And even in this, it would have been really strong.
I would like to
because of
point
that.
out that's the, I think, second or third time when you preface something with saying if you don't have breakthrough skill. Hard
If you
Earth
don't
would
have
be good
breakthrough
if you
skill.
don't have breakthrough skill.
Yeah.
All things like that.
Hearth Earth would be extremely powerful in this case if breakthrough skill was not in the format.
Yeah, this card is just in general. This is like one of the strongest cards in the entire set.
Yeah, like I think we didn't really get that much play out of it, but it's obvious how like game warping it is. Because like my first turn in the first game was kind of a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because breakthrough skill is in the
Yeah,
format.
without it, it would
But
have
if I
been
got
like definitely annoying to get rid of.
Yeah, you would have had to get Tiger King and use Tiger King to negate it. Like that would have been the only way out of it,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like Tiger King also outs Heart Earth pretty well, but
Yeah, I mean,
at the same time, that's like, oh, what the fuck?
Hard Earth in this matchup in general is just pretty bad. I mean, it just, the card is just dog shit, but
Oh, my mail.
you know, sometimes you gotta have bad cards. Sometimes you gotta play super whatever Dick'em Balls Express, which is a 5k, don't play the game anymore card. And sometimes you play Hard Earth, which is like, I mean, this can theoretically do something, maybe. But yeah.
There's a possibility.
It sure is. But there's also a possibility that this episode was pain, and I'm gonna go play the Elden Ring DLC to unwind from the suffering that was this match. So y'all have a good one. By the time this comes out, the DLC is old news and everyone's probably beat it, but for now it's still fresh, and I'm gonna go suffer there instead of suffering here. So anything you want to say before I sign us off, Jeexx?
Well, that sure was bullshit.
Goodbye, everyone. You're never seeing us again, except for next week when we finish off a duel terminal for good, which... It's, bro,
sad.
It's been with us for a long time, huh?
We've been doing, like, it's almost been a year, I think, at this point of Duel Terminals.
Yeah, but, you know, at some point we just gotta put it down, but I have something planned for the finale that hopefully all of y'all are gonna enjoy, Jeexx included, because he doesn't know what I have planned for that yet. So
he's gonna try to summon Sophia.
It's gonna be cool, hopefully. Cooler than this, you know. Whatever happens, anything is better than this. I am now I used to think they were cool. I'm now a resident Noble Knights hater. Fuck that archetype and fuck everyone who plays it. And
if you watched the previous deck breakdown for the Light Warrior Monster Beatdown, I specifically say, yo, Noble Knights are one of my favorite archetypes ever. I'm gonna probably be playing them every time they're up alongside heroes.
Yeah,
and then
man. How dare people play Six Samurai? Also, you don't get to play the game. Also, I'm playing Goblin Bird because we have goblins in the set. Goblin these nuts, and we're getting out of here. I'm salty. I'm getting sidetracked. And yeah, there was something else I wanted to say, but all I want to end this off is if you play Noble Knights, fuck you. Goodbye.